know Sheryl Underwood was the first female finalist in the Miller Lite comedy search back in the late 80s? Like, talk about entering the boys' club and kicking the door off its hinges.
Hey, it's Emma, and I'm feeling all kinds of curious today. Buckle up, because we're spilling serious tea on a woman who mixes punchlines with power plays. So, let's talk Sheryl Underwood. Comedian, talk show mainstay, radio force, sorority leader, the resume is a buffet. She's got the stand-up grit from Def Comedy Jam in the 90s, the daytime shine from The Talk through the 2010 to 2020, and a whole military flavor that gives her humor a lived-in edge. And yes, she's the one who jokes about all the creative places you can get busy on a military base. Iconic chaos, I love it. Let me set the scene with a quick story. My first stand-up mic night, I've rehearsed in the mirror like 1,000 times. I had the posture, the smirk, the timing. I walk on stage, lights are blinding, and I open with this spicy take on celebrity couples who match their outfits. People chuckle, I'm riding high. Then I get to the big tagline, the one that ties it all together, and my brain just deletes it. Like Command+C on my entire personality. In that moment, I had two choices, fake it and flop, or own it and live. I grabbed the mic and said, look, y'all, punchline just ghosted me like a bad Hinge date. The room cracked, I riffed on being dumped by my own joke, and I survived. That's when I learned what Sheryl preaches by example. Authenticity is your parachute and resilience is your engine. She's built a whole career on that. Okay, quick Sheryl 101. Picture a Swiss Army knife with a mic. After college, she served in the U.S. Air Force Reserves for 2 years, the part-time military track where you still do the work and bring the discipline home. She cut her teeth on Def Comedy Jam in the early 90s, won BET's Funniest Female on Comic View mid-decade, hosted TV and radio, and in 2011 she slid into The Talk on CBS and stayed until the show ended in 2024, making her the longest-running co-host. That's not a seat, that's a throne. Now, education flex. She's got a BA from the University of Illinois at Chicago and 2 master's degrees from Governor State in media management and mass communication. Translation, she's not just reading the teleprompter, she knows how the sausage gets made. In 2022, CBS Studios put a multi-year development deal on the table. That means power behind the camera, format creation, greenlight energy, Yas Queen. Radio people, do not sleep. Tom Joyner, for the uninitiated, is a legend of Black morning radio. She contributed there before jumping to the Steve Harvey Morning Show in 2010, another ratings beast. Plus, she popped off weekly on Jamie Foxx's Sirius channel, The Foxhole. Jamie Foxx, the Oscar-winning actor and musician with a no-filter radio playground. Sheryl's voice lived in cars, kitchens, office cubicles, everywhere. Let's talk the human core. Her sister Frankie lives with polio, and Sheryl is the caregiver. Imagine balancing stand-up tours, daily live TV, radio hits, and family caretaking. That's not a subplot, that's a backbone. It shows up in her on-air empathy when topics hit disability, health, or caretaking. You can feel the lived experience, no notes, just respect. Career rise. In 1989, she broke ground as the first female finalist in the Miller Lite Comedy Search, a major national competition that launched comics into the mainstream. In the 90s, she was a frequent on Def Comedy Jam, which was Gladiator School for Comics. In 2005, she lit up the film Beauty Shop as Catfish Rita. She played Badmouth Bessie in I Get the Hookup and reprised Bessie in 2019. Between all that, she popped into shows as herself. Supergirl in 2016, Jane the Virgin in 2018, the syndicated game show Funny You Should Ask through 2019, and soup runs on The Young and the Restless and The Bold and the Beautiful. Cross-genre, cross-demo, she's omnipresent. And The Hardware, a Daytime Emmy winner in 2017 with 7 nominations overall. Daytime TV is ruthless. If you stay popular for that long, the audience is choosing you every single weekday. That's proof. Now, we have to address the sorority chapter, because it's a whole saga. Zeta Phi Beta, quick primer. That's a historically Black sorority founded in 1920. Service, scholarship, sisterhood, finer womanhood. Sheryl joined in 1990 and climbed the ladder, eventually elected International Grand Basilius, that's International President, in 2008. The election was disputed, lawsuit followed, but a D.C. Superior Court Judge, Gerald I. Fisher, dismissed it, meaning her election stood. Here's my take. Anytime you put celebrity into organizational politics, you risk thunder and lightning. But leadership isn't the absence of storms, it's whether the house still stands. Sheryl kept working, pushing the mission, and legally the challenge didn't stick. You can dislike the drama, but you can't deny the endurance. And honestly, service organization leadership is unpaid drama with real community stakes. People are passionate because it matters. Quick curveball that always surprises folks. She identifies as a lifelong Republican, and yet she publicly campaigned for Barack Obama in 2012 and Hillary Clinton in 2016. She literally said, "We have to protect Obama's legacy," and warned that low turnout helps Republicans and Donald Trump. Her words about Trump back then: "He can't win." You can call that a miscalculation. I call it values first, party second. For a daytime host, taking that cross-party stance is not a career-safe play, it's a spine move. We also have to hold space for her most vulnerable Cher. In 2011, she told viewers her husband had died by suicide after 3 years of marriage, and she said he might have suffered from clinical depression. Note the care in her language, might have. No armchair diagnosis, just honesty, grief, and awareness. That kind of transparency forges a bond with an audience. It's heavy, but it's human. And that humanity is why her jokes land even when they're spicy. You trust her. If I were Sheryl, navigating comedy as a groundbreaking woman in the early 90s, I'd be clocking every club with a chip on my shoulder and a smile on my face. I'd learn to kill in tough rooms, then transport that skill into talk TV where interruptions are the game, and into radio where the audience is literally making eggs while you speak. I'd chair meetings in a national sorority, turning charm into governance, and make sure my sister is cared for while I'm out here taping at dawn. It's not glamorous, it's discipline with glitter on top.
Why does she still matter in pop culture? The Talk gave her a daily megaphone for over a decade. That's a parasocial relationship masterclass. Those cameos as herself are pop culture's way of saying, "We know you, we trust the audience to know you, come play in our sandbox." And with that 2022 CBS development deal, we might be in the prequel era of the Sheryl cinematic universe. Shows built around her voice, not just featuring it. Low-key, that's legacy building.
Final beat I love. She founded the African American Female Comedian Association. That's not clout chasing, that's infrastructure. When you create a pipeline for Black women in comedy, you're not chasing the spotlight, you're installing new lights so the next generation can be seen. That, plus memberships with groups like the NAACP and the National Council of Negro Women, tells you the brand is bigger than banter, it's community architecture.
All right, what's next? Next time I'm diving into the world of another iconic female comedian who shattered ceilings and made a mess of everybody's expectations. Bring a Hammett.
Okay, we covered a lot, from base life jokes to boardroom brawls to daytime dominance. That's the tea, folks. Keep laughing, keep showing up, keep choosing courage over cute. Later!